Hello and welcome back to the course. In this video, we will set up a scripted pipeline in Jenkins and see it in action. We will try to do a few things in this video. First, we will run a simple scripted pipeline which will give us an understanding of how the scripted pipeline works. We will set up a few stages, each with its own echo command. Second, we will write a scripted pipeline which will get the latest code from a Git repository and will try to clean and invoke the test cases. And finally, package it as a jar. Towards the end of this video, we will look at how we can programmatically manipulate the pipeline using a simple for loop and see the same in action too. So let's get started. So here I am in my Jenkins dashboard. Let's go ahead and create a new job here by clicking on the new item link. Let's call it scripted pipeline. And this time we will be selecting the project type as pipeline, right? All the while we've either been using the freestyle or the Maven, and for the first time we are using the pipeline project, right? Let's go ahead and click on OK. Let's give it a sample description here. This is a scripted pipeline job. Let's go down here and to the pipeline section, right? So here you see there is a drop down which has two options here. One is the pipeline script. This is the scripted pipeline option. If you use the pipeline script from SCM, then that becomes the declarative pipeline in Jenkins, right? So in this video, we'll be using the pipeline script. So let's start with something really simple. Let's go down to the Jenkins pipeline page here. Let me just copy this snippet of code, which is the scripted pipeline from the Jenkins website. Let me paste that here. Let's say that's the build, and here we can say echo which is saying echo inside the build stage. Let me go ahead and put similar messages on the other two stages as well. There you go. Now we have a very simple scripted pipeline here, which starts with the node tag, and then we have three stages that our build will go through: the build, test, and deploy. And inside each of these stages, we have one task, which is the echo command, right? So let's go ahead and click on save here, and let's click on the build now link here to start the build. There you go. The pipeline has now started, and it has completed with a success, right? So this is the pipeline visualization. You can check out the logs here. They go inside the build stage, inside the test stage, and inside the deploy stage, right? It also gives you a high level indication of how long each of these steps took to complete. So let's go ahead and mess up our job here and see how our job behaves now. Let's go into configure. Let's come down here, and inside the test, instead of echo, let's say ECH. Click on save and click the build now link here. There you go. The second pipeline started. This was executed, the build inside the build stage, but the test stage failed, right? So that's how the pipeline behaves. The third stage did not get executed because the second stage failed. Now let's go ahead and write another scripted pipeline which will get the latest code from Git and try to clean and package it, right? So let's go inside our job here. Let's get this entire code off, and from this drop down, let's select the GitHub plus Maven here. So this gives us a stub for what we want. Now I'm using the same project that we've been using all along, the Jenkins Maven project from our previous videos. This is the one that has the addition and the subtraction methods and the 2 JUnits and the Selenium test case, right? So I've checked it into a GitHub repository, and this is the GitHub URL for that. So I'm here. Let me just take all this off. We're going to keep it extremely simple. We're going to get it from our repository. Let me just copy it here and paste it right here. We don't need all of these. And in the build stage, we know for sure that we are on a Windows machine. So I'm just going to take all these if-else statements off. It's going to run the batch command. Right. And we're going to be running the mvn clean and test. Right. And in the, let's create another stage here. Let's call it package, and here we will run the mvn package code, and towards the end we'll record the JUnit test results. Right. So this looks good. Let's go ahead and click on save here, and let's run the job by clicking on the build now link here. Right. So that should trigger up the new build or the new pipeline. Let's open the console output in a new window so that we can keep a track of what's happening. There you go. It's fetching the code from GitHub. The code has now been fetched. So if you go down to the pipeline, you see the preparation has been completed and the build stage is now under progress. There you go. The Maven goals of clean and test are getting executed. The JUnits have been executed, and now the Selenium test case is getting executed, as you can see right here. Opening browser, clicking Gmail link. There you go. The second stage has been completed. Let's go. Now you see the build has been completed, and now we are in the package stage here. The packaging has now been complete. So let's go back inside the pipeline. There you go. The packaging has been completed and the results have also been packaged. So that's how a scripted pipeline can be used to fetch the code from Git and take it through the various build stages. Let's quickly take a look at the script once again. Let's go down to configure. If you come down here, we have the preparation stage where we're just getting the latest from Git. And then we have the build stage where we're just executing the mvn clean and test commands. And then we have the package stage where we're executing the mvn package. And towards the end, we have the results stage where we're just packaging the results. Right. So that's a very simple scripted pipeline. Right. Now let's take a look at how we can programmatically manipulate this pipeline using a simple for loop. Right. So let's go ahead and clear out all of this code right here. And let's write a simple for loop here. There you go. Here's a very simple for loop. And inside the for loop, we're creating stages. And inside each of these stages, we're writing a simple echo command here. Let's go ahead and save it. And run the pipeline now by clicking the build now link here. And that should start a new pipeline. Right, here you go, stage 0, stage 1, stage 2, stage 3 and stage 4. So that's how you can use your for loops and when statements inside your script to make it more customizable. So that's how we create a scripted pipeline in Jenkins. Now, one thing you should have noticed is that we avoided creation of multiple jobs and chaining them. The Jenkins pipeline is therefore a big step up from the delivery and the build pipeline plugins that we saw in the earlier videos. In the next video, we will take a look at my favorite and the more comprehensive declarative pipelines in Jenkins. Until then, take care and happy learning.